Chapter 30. When the Future Knocks. 4 weeks after, 4 months before Infinity War. The safe house. Laila went to the bathroom with her phone as she has an app open that Wanda taught her about, and she notices something off with the dates. Has it been 4 weeks? And I have not come on, Laila mutters to herself before checking the packet of her pads and notices 4 weeks worth of pads. Shit, Laila says to herself, and she bites her lips before finishing what she needed to do in the bathroom. Laila washes her hands before heading out, muttering to herself about Steve and distractions. Then she freezes as she hears Sam's voice call out to her. You know, talking to yourself out loud is the first sign of losing it, right? Sam tells her teasingly. Laila looks over at him and crosses her hands. Don't sneak up on me like that, Laila tells Sam. I was not sneaking. You are just wrapped up in your... whatever that was. You looked like you were plotting world domination, Sam says as he grinned. Laila bit her lip, hesitating. Then she stepped closer to exhaling. Okay, listen carefully because this is important. I need a favour. A big one. Sam smirked as he sipped his tea. This should be good. I need you to distract Steve, Laila whispered, glancing towards the living room like Steve might materialise. All right, Star Trek reference in Marvel. Out of air. Keep him busy. Talk about baseball. Argue about Brooklyn pizza. I do not care. Just make sure he does not come looking for me for a little while. Sam's smirk faltered into mild suspicion. Distract Steve? What? Did you break his shield by getting it back from Tony? Delete his Spotify playlist? Wait, do you even know how to delete a playlist? Sam! Laila snapped. No, I did not break anything. Just, please, do this for me. Sam's gaze softened, though the teasing did not completely disappear. All right, but you know he has got, radar when it comes to you, right? Steve notices when you blink so funny. He is gonna figure out you are hiding something. Laila makes a little laugh. Oh, I know. I can't even get chocolate without him checking for something suspicious. Later, pharmacy. Laila tugged the hood of her sweater over her face as she forgot to grab her hat. Her stomach knotted as she scanned the shelves lined with pink and white boxes, all shouting the same thing at her. Pregnancy test. Great, Laila whispered, rubbing at her temple. Couldn't they make these things less obvious? Might as well put up a neon sign that says, congratulations or condolences. Her hand hesitates uncertainly before she grabbed one box. Then, another, and another. 3 ended up in her basket. Better safe than sorry, she reasoned, even though her heart was pounding against her ribs. Paranoia kicks in. Every shopper felt like a spy, every passing glance like a spotlight. Steve's face flashed in her mind. His confusion, his concern, that damned furrow in his brow whenever he thought she was hiding something. Laila swallowed hard. Sam better be doing his job right now. Laila grabbed some other things, like food and drinks, before heading over to the counter. She notices the cashier giving her a knowing look, and she smiles a little as her cheeks burned. After a while, Laila stepped outside, and she breathes in the cold air. Okay, you did it. Now, get back before Steve starts asking questions. Rewind back a little to Sam and Steve. Safe house. Sam lounged on the couch across from Steve, a deck of cards spread on the table between them. He shuffled lazily, tossing out a hand for poker. So, Sam began, his voice calm, you ever think about trying deep dish pizza again? I mean, Chicago style. Steve gave him a look that could cut steel. Do not even start. That is not pizza, that's casserole. See, that's where you are wrong. Sam leaned back, smirking. It is superior casserole. And it's way better than that cardboard they call Brooklyn pizza. Steve crosses his arms, jaw tightening. You didn't drag me into a debate about pizza, did you? Hey, I am just saying, Sam says, but Steve was not listening. Steve's blue eyes flicked towards the hallway, his posture sharpening. Where's Laila? I have not seen her since she went to the bathroom. Sam nearly choked on his sip of coffee as his mind is blaring. Shit! Sam stammered, snapping his fingers like he just remembered something. She said she needed air. Yes, took a walk. Stretch her legs, clear her head. Steve's frown deepened, and Sam quickly leaned forward, dealing with more cards. Come on, Rogers. Best 2 out of 3. Winner gets bragging rights. Steve sighed, but sat down anyway, though his eyes kept darting toward the door. His gut twisted. Something was not right. He could feel it. With Laila, he always could. A few minutes later, safe house. Sam was in the middle of some rambling story about a mission in Tunisia when Laila quietly slipped through the door, heart pounding. She caught his eye and gave him a quick nod of thanks. But Steve's head immediately turned. His expression softened in relief, then sharpened with suspicion as his gaze lingered on her flushed cheeks and nervous smile. Where'd you go? Steve asked, his voice calm but laced with concern. Laila froze in the doorway, clutching her hoodie pocket like it was armor. Just needed some fresh air, she said quickly. Too quickly. Steve's eyes narrowed ever so slightly. He did not press, not yet, but the way he looked at her made her stomach twist tighter than it already was. He knew something was going on. He always did. Later, safe house, bathroom. Laila shut the door behind her, heart thudding in her ears. She locked it just in case, then leaned back against the wood with a shaky breath. The little bag crinkled in her hands like it was taunting her. She pulled out one of the boxes, tore it open, and set the test on the counter. Her fingers trembled. Come on, Laila, just do it! It is better to know than drive yourself insane, Laila thought to herself. Minutes crawled by, each second dragging as she perched on the edge of the tub, staring at the stick sitting on the sink. She could not bring herself to look at it. Not yet, her hands twisted in the hem of her hoodie. Finally, she forced herself to glance. Her stomach dropped as she finds it saying, positive. No, 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 Laila whispered, quickly shoving the test back into the box. She wrapped it in toilet paper, then stuffed it into the trash in the bathroom. He cannot know, not yet. Not until I am ready to tell him, Laila thought to herself as her breath is uneven. She splashed cold water on her face, trying to make her reflection look less panicked, and unlocked the door and walked into the living room as Steve is out with Sam on a jog. A few minutes later, Steve climbed the stairs, his footsteps steady and quiet. He had not stopped thinking about the way Laila had rushed him earlier, cheeks flushed, avoiding his eyes. Something was wrong. He could feel it in his bones. He paused outside the bathroom door, noticing the faint scent of her lavender soap still in the air. The trash can caught his attention. Its contents are uneven, the cardboard sticking out. Steve crouched down. His hand hesitated, then he pulled the box free. His chest tightened the second he read the label. Pregnancy test. He blinked, his heart pounding. For a moment, his world seemed to still. Slowly, he opened the box and found the test tucked inside, wrapped but unmistakable. The breath left his lungs. His throat went dry as he stared at the tiny object in his hand, realization crashing down on him like a wave. Laila, he whispered to himself, 1,000 emotions flooding his chest all at once. After a while, safe house downstairs? Steve walks downstairs and sees Laila on her phone, looking at pictures of him and her. Laila! Steve calls out, and Layla's head snapped up, eyes wide. She tried to force a smile. Hey, Stevie, You done with Sam's pizza debate? Laila asks, trying to distract him. He didn't answer that. Instead, he crossed the room, crouched in front of her, and gently took her hands from her hair. You should have told me, he said softly. His voice wasn't angry, just steady, filled with that quiet weight that always unraveled her. Layla's breath hitched. You... Her throat tightened. You found it! Steve nodded once, his thumb brushing the back of her hand. Yeah, I found it. Tears stung her eyes, spilling before she could stop them. I didn't know how to say it. I'm scared, Steve. What if it changes everything? His heart clenched, but he leaned closer, tilting his forehead to hers. Then, we face it together. Whatever it says, whatever it means, it's not just on you. You don't have to go through this alone. Her lips quivered into the faintest smile, her tears dampening his cheek as he kissed them away. God, you're too good to me, she whispered. Steve shook his head, brushing her hair back. No, I just love you. That's all this is. And for the first time since she'd opened that little box at the store, Laila felt her chest loosen, her fear softening into something warmer, something steady. Because Steve was right. Wherever the future held, they would face it side by side.